What if the plants most Americans walk past could actually help with sleep, stress, digestion, inflammation, and even immune support while people keep spending hundreds on supplements every single month? Some of the most useful healing plants may already be sitting in your kitchen, growing on your patio, or waiting in a backyard bed right now. Most Americans do not think of healing plants as real medicine anymore. They think of tea, candles, seasoning, or overpriced products in the supplement aisle. A lot of the plants people overlook every day have been used for generations to support sleep, digestion, stress, inflammation, and immune health. Many of these are already in your kitchen, on your patio, or growing in a backyard bed. People spend hundreds on wellness products, but for that same money, you could start growing some of these yourself. So in this video, we're going through 10 healing plants Americans see all the time, but rarely realize are this useful. And stay with me, because number 3 is backed by surprisingly strong research, and number 1 is probably in your kitchen right now. Section 1. Lavender. Lavender is one of those plants almost every American recognizes right away. You see it in candles, pillow sprays, bath products. Most people look at it and think, nice smell, pretty plant, maybe good for a relaxing vibe. Lavender has always been more than that. For a long time, people used it to settle the nerves, ease tension, and help the body slow down at the end of the day. That makes a lot of sense now because stress and bad sleep have become so normal that people barely question them anymore. Lavender stops looking like decoration and starts looking like one of the most practical herbs you could keep around. And if you have a sunny backyard bed, a border by the walkway, or even a large patio pot, lavender is actually one of the easiest plants on this list to justify. It looks good, smells amazing, attracts pollinators, and gives you something useful at the same time. A lot of people spend money every month on sleep gummies, calming teas, diffuser oils, and wind-down products. But for that same money, you could pick up lavender, a container, and potting mix, and have something that keeps giving back instead of another bottle that runs out in 2 weeks. You can dry it, keep it near the bed, blend it into tea, or just let it become part of your evening routine. And that's the pattern this list keeps revealing. The plants people dismiss first are often the ones quietly doing the most. Section 2. Rosemary. Now, rosemary is even more overlooked because Americans already treat it like a basic kitchen herb. It's on roasted potatoes, grilled chicken, holiday meals, and those little porch herb planters people forget to water for 3 days, and then somehow, rosemary still survives. It feels so ordinary that most people never stop to ask whether it might be useful for more than flavor. Rosemary has been tied to memory and mental sharpness for a very long time, and modern interest has made that connection a lot harder to ignore. The U.S. market is packed with brain support capsules, focus powders, nootropic drinks, and productivity supplements. Meanwhile, rosemary is sitting in the spice rack or growing in a pot by the back door, and people barely give it a second thought. What makes it powerful in content is that it connects directly to real American life. Mental fatigue, distraction, information overload, and the feeling that your brain is always on but never fully clear. From a gardening angle, rosemary is one of the smartest herbs to grow because it actually fits how people live. Warm climate? Put it in the ground. Cooler area? Grow it in a container on the patio or porch. Either way, you can snip from it constantly. So instead of buying another focus formula, you're growing something you can cook with every week. It's not just health, it's usefulness. Roast vegetables with it, add it to soups, infuse it into oil, and suddenly the line between food and function starts getting really thin. Section 3. Chamomile. Chamomile might be the most underestimated gentle herb on this list. In America, people know it as bedtime tea. It's the tea you drink when you want to feel cozy, tired, or vaguely healthier before bed. And because it feels soft, a lot of people assume it's mostly ritual. Just warm water, a nice label, and a calming idea. Chamomile has held on to its reputation for generations for a reason. It has always been one of those plants people reach for when the body needs to settle down. That matters because so many people are stuck in the same cycle now, overstimulated all day, exhausted at night, and spending money on products to force what the body no longer does naturally. Chamomile fits right into that pressure point. And what most people don't realize is that the more calming herbs are studied, the less chamomile looks like an old-fashioned comfort drink, and the more it looks like a practical part of a real evening routine. Chamomile is one of the best entry point plants for beginners. You do not need a huge yard. A small raised bed, a tea garden corner, or even containers can work. That makes the money reframe really strong here. Instead of repeatedly buying bedtime blends and sleep teas, you could grow part of that routine yourself. Dry the flowers, build your own tea mix, and turn one small patch of space into something you actually use. Section 4. Peppermint. Peppermint is one of those plants Americans think they already understand. It's in gum, toothpaste, tea, candy, and half the cooling products on the shelf. So it starts to feel less like a plant and more like a flavor. Peppermint is a lot more useful than people give it credit for. It sits right in that sweet spot between digestion, head tension, and that fresh, open feeling people usually chase with 3 different products instead of one simple herb. It connects to real life fast. Heavy meals, bloated afternoons, stuffy mornings, stress headaches, wanting something simple that does not feel like a full health routine. Peppermint fits those moments naturally. It does not feel exotic, it feels practical. And honestly, that makes it stronger for an American audience because people do not need to imagine some rare herbal lifestyle to see the value. They already know the plant. They just have not been thinking about it the right way. Peppermint is one of the easiest wins here. In fact, it grows so aggressively that most people are better off keeping it in a container on the patio, porch, or balcony. That makes it perfect for small space growers. And here's the money reframe. People buy digestive teas, breath products, cooling drinks, and mint-based relief items over and over, usually in tiny amounts with different labels. But for that same money, one healthy peppermint plant can keep producing for months. Tea, fresh leaves and water, simple herb blends, even just grabbing a handful from outside. Section 5. Elderberry. Elderberry is different because most Americans do not know it as a garden plant first. They know it from the supplement aisle. Syrups, gummies, immune blends, especially once cold and flu season starts creeping in. It shows up everywhere, and because of that, a lot of people assume it is just another wellness trend with seasonal marketing behind it. But here's the surprising part. Elderberry has a much older identity than that. Long before it became a bottle on a store shelf, it had a reputation as one of those plants people reached for when sickness moved through the house, because elderberry feels more serious the moment you place it in real American life. Flu season is not abstract. It means missed work, tired households, medicine cabinet runs, sick kids bringing something home, and people spending real money trying to get through a miserable week faster. So when elderberry enters that picture, it lands differently. It stops sounding like immune support language and starts sounding like something people genuinely want around. From a gardening angle, this one is less patio herb and more backyard investment. It fits best with people who have some space, maybe an edible landscape, a homestead mindset, or a yard they want to make more useful over time. Seasonal elderberry products add up fast, especially for a family. But a plant in the yard shifts that pattern from repeat buying to long-term supply. Syrups, pantry prep, household readiness. That is the deeper appeal here. Elderberry is not just about health benefits. It is about building resilience into the home itself. Section 6. Aloe vera. Aloe vera may be the most overlooked household healing plant in America simply because it is so familiar. It sits on kitchen counters, bathroom shelves, sunny windowsills, and patio corners, and most people treat it like decor until the moment they get a burn or bad sun exposure. Aloe is one of the clearest examples of a plant being useful enough to stay in people's homes for generations. even when they stop thinking about why. What makes aloe strong in this lineup is how practical it feels. You do not need a garden bed. You do not need much space. You do not even need to be especially good with plants. It fits the American viewer who wants something helpful without turning their house into a mini farm. And honestly, that matters more than people realize. A lot of viewers love the idea of healing plants, but what they really need is an entry point that feels easy, low maintenance, and immediately relevant. Aloe does that perfectly. And the money reframe is obvious. People buy after-sun gels, soothing skin products, and little emergency items again and again, but one aloe plant can sit there ready the whole time. You break a leaf, use the gel, and you instantly understand why people kept this plant close for so long. Aloe was never kept around because it looked interesting. It stayed because it was useful. And once the list gets here, the pattern becomes hard to ignore. Some of the best plants are not the rarest ones. They are the ones already living in American homes, waiting for people to see them differently. Section 7. Turmeric. Turmeric is one of those plants Americans mostly know through packaging. Capsules, wellness shots, golden milk powders, supplement blends. People recognize the name, but they usually experience it as a product first, not as a real plant with a bigger story behind it. But here's the thing. Turmeric matters because it sits right in the middle of one of the biggest health conversations in America: inflammation. And once you frame it that way, it stops feeling like a trendy spice and starts feeling a lot more serious. People are already spending real money on products aimed at joints, recovery, aging, and long-term health support. So the money reframe lands hard here. Instead of constantly buying anti-inflammatory powders and blends, turmeric gives viewers a different lens. Food, function, and even growing can all connect in one system. A lot of people still do not realize turmeric can be grown in containers in the right warm setup. So now it is not just something from a supplement shelf. It becomes something you can cook with, use often, and potentially grow yourself. Section 8. Echinacea. Echinacea is one of the most useful plants in this video from a storytelling point of view because Americans already know it from two separate worlds. One is the supplement aisle, where it shows up in immune support products. The other is the garden, where it appears as that beautiful purple flower in pollinator beds and perennial borders. But most people never connect those two identities. They either see a flower or they see a supplement ingredient. And honestly, that is what makes Echinacea so strong. It gives beauty and function at the same time. For a U.S. audience, that matters a lot. This is not some rare, exotic herb people have to imagine from a distance. It already fits American yards, native-style beds, cottage gardens, and medicinal garden spaces. So the value reframe becomes very clear. Instead of spending money on one thing for landscape beauty and another for wellness support, Echinacea can live in both worlds at once. And that gives the plant a different kind of authority. It feels rooted, familiar, and practical, which makes the health angle land much more naturally. Section 9. Ginger. Ginger may be one of the easiest plants on this list for Americans to believe in because it already feels useful in everyday life. It is in grocery stores, tea blends, soups, juice bars, wellness shots, and all kinds of feel better fast products. Most people already associate it with nausea, digestion, or just that warming comfort you want when your body feels off. But here's the thing. Because ginger is so common, people rarely stop and think about how much value it actually carries. That is why ginger works so well right before the final payoff. It feels immediate, practical, and familiar. You do not need to convince people it belongs in daily life, because it already does. The money reframe is strong too. Instead of paying premium prices for bottled ginger shots, digestive chews, or branded wellness drinks, people can buy fresh ginger once, use it constantly, and even grow it in containers with the right setup. And this is where the bigger message starts locking in. Some of the most useful support plants are not hidden in some expensive health aisle. They are common, flexible, affordable, and already close to the way people actually live. Section 10. Garlic is the perfect final payoff because it is already in almost every American kitchen. People use it in soups, pasta, marinades, and roasted dishes all the time, but rarely think of it as anything more than flavor. But here's the thing. That is exactly what makes it so powerful. It is cheap, familiar, and hiding in plain sight. And this is where the message of the whole video comes together. While people spend money on immune products, wellness formulas, and expensive natural support blends, garlic is still one of the simplest and most practical plants they can buy, use, and even grow. That money reframe hits hard because garlic is not some rare health product. It is already part of everyday life. From a gardening angle, it works perfectly too. Garlic is easy to grow in raised beds or containers, stores well, and fits how Americans actually cook. And honestly, that is why it deserves the #1 spot. It proves the biggest idea in this video. Sometimes the most useful healing plant is the one already sitting in your kitchen.